So we're talking about the 5 love languages, right? And check this out. So get ready. Get your shoes on. You ready?
I'm
Yeah.
ready. We're ready. We're ready.
You hear it?
I hear
You don't
it.
hear that?
I hear
That's James
it.
English. I'm doing my Eddie Murphy dance. Yeah, find 100 ways. Yeah. Okay. Now you're looking at me like, huh? Okay. So
Don't
you
say
don't.
rock star teacher said we're competing with Shonda Rhimes. Totally. We can't compete with her.
Okay, DVR. Okay, it's cool. Well, catch it on the replay. I don't care. I'm gonna give the information. You do whatever you want to do with it. All right. So the 5 love language. Now I played my little song, Find 100 Ways, but I got some news for you. You don't have to have 100 ways. Okay, you can have just 5. And guess what? You might not even need to know all of them. Okay. So
You gotta know them. You do have to know them all.
well, you do have to know them all, but you don't necessarily have to do them all. Okay. You know your love language, Tanya?
Yes.
Okay, hold it. Don't share it just yet. Just
Okay.
hold it right there. Okay. All right. So now some of
I
you
took the
I
test
know,
again just to be sure that it didn't change over the last couple of years, and it didn't.
okay. I don't see how it would change really, And
Yeah, I guess not.
yeah, for those of you that are listening, you may know your love language. I mean, this is like a kind of an old concept. A lot of people know about the 5 love languages. But you know what? Some may not. Okay, so if you know about it, this is kind of like a review, but maybe I may give you a perspective that you really haven't thought about before. Okay, and if you've never heard of it whatsoever, trust me, your life may change. All right. Now let's get into it because they yell at us, Tanya, if we don't jump right into the subject matter. Yeah,
Let's go right now.
The Saints
Get
are
to the
evil.
point.
They can't get to it, man. All right, so let me say this, right? In the beginning of a relationship, when you meet somebody initially, Tanya, okay, I'm just going to give you a heads up. These 5 love languages might not necessarily come into play. Okay.
Right.
Why? Because you on that love crack. Okay.
They can do no wrong.
Yeah. You on that show enough love crack. Okay. You got dopamine going on. So just because they woke up that morning, they are wonderful. You're wonderful. So it's effortless. Right. All right. And after you come down from that love high and you get an opportunity to see who you're with, then the reality sets in. It's not a bad thing, but now you got to put a little bit more work in, right? Mm-hmm. But you can be frustrated. And if you don't know about these love languages, you can be really frustrated because you're like, why are we missing each other? All right. So we're going to go through them, let you know what they are, and then give you, maybe a unique perspective. And then, of course, we're going to tell you how they relate to our 3 favorite type of women. All right. So now you might be able to find a test online that you can take and find out what your love language is. Man,
you can. You just put in 5 love languages and go to their website, and it's the first thing you see. You just click on take the test. It takes like 10 minutes.
Mm-hmm. Shawanda, you said you wish you could join. All you gotta do is come on out here and join. It's a seat for you. Come on out here. Mm-hmm. All right. So without further ado, we're gonna start these love languages. Now, the first one we're gonna talk about is words of affirmation. Okay. Now, with words of affirmation, and I think the descriptions on these are pretty self-explanatory, but okay, if you need to be affirmed, words like I love you, I care about you, I missed you, that's your thing. Okay. Oh, this is what I wanted to say. Now you can have, this is rare. Some people can be all 5 of these. All right. You can feel love from either one of them. Some people, maybe you have one main one, but typically I think you can have like 2 or 3. Maybe that's the average. All right.
They say typically you have, the website says typically you have one that stands out above the rest. There may be a secondary one. And then, the others, they'll be a lot less, but usually it's a main one.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
Yeah, the
as the
other ones
main one,
they
and
kind of
then
be
closely
sprinkled. They're
followed
like,
by another one.
yeah, they're kind of accent,
My
right?
top two were actually the same in number, so they were like equal. Like I think I got a 10 and 10 on both of the top two, and then the other three were a lot lower.
Okay, I definitely don't know my numbers. Yeah, I know what I am,
I
but
just
I don't.
know I remember it was the same, and it came out the same again. Um, I just know the number because I just did it again today.
Okay, all right. Well, okay, you one up me. It's cool. You'll show off. I really, it's what you do. You know what I'm saying? You
It
got to
is
one
what I
up me.
do.
Yeah. Okay. But anyway, words of affirmation. Okay, like we said, words like "I love you," "I miss you," "I care so much for you." That's your thing. Now, okay, man, woman, it doesn't matter. Now, this gets a little dicey. Now, here's where the frustration comes in, and most people tend to give what they are. Okay, what their thing is, right? And this is what I mean.
Right.
Like if your love language obviously is words of affirmation, then you don't have any problem saying how much you love and care for somebody. Okay. Now, if you are with somebody else and that's theirs, and like say for example, I can speak for the guys. All right. She may say, well, you just haven't said that you love me lately. Sometimes I just don't feel like you care. And he's like, what are you talking about? I just this morning we was on the phone. We got off. I said, love you, babe. Yeah,
Right.
I know, but
Like, well,
it's
you said
just
that yesterday.
right.
You didn't say
And
it today. You might
yeah,
have changed
but
your mind.
but he might be confused. But he might
Right.
be confused because he's like, I don't get it. Why does she
Right.
need to hear
That's
it
not his
all
love
the
language.
time? I don't know if you're talking, but it didn't. Your lips were
I said
moving,
because
but
that's not his love language.
right. Yeah. So, for her, for him, it's frustrating. But have no fear. Okay. Now, that's just probably her love language. And if it ain't yours, then you take one for the team. Now, hopefully, here's my thing. I'm hoping in the beginning of a relationship, once you decide with somebody, this is going to be a real deal. This is serious. Okay. Why don't you sit down and have a conversation about the love languages, right? Take the test together and, see what, each one of you are. And then that way you don't have to worry about missing the mark. But beginning in relationships, we talk about a whole lot of stuff that, I missed you. No, I missed you more. And oh my God, I just want to breathe your air. And that's cool. I don't want to, I don't even want to rob you from that moment in the honeymoon period of the relationship, because that high like that ain't coming back. So get it. But while you in there getting that, really get some substance. So anyway, words of
That's a good
affirmation.
time to get the substance too, because that's the point where he'll do whatever you want anyway. Like he'll be, oh, you will bring up the love languages test, and he'll be like, okay, whatever you want. Meanwhile, later, maybe not so much.
Exactly. Anything you can put in there, stick it in there, okay? Because he'll do it, right? Because he's so high on that, But anyway, moving on. All right, receiving gifts is the next one. Now, there again, it's a no-brainer. So for her, guys, it may be the flowers, it just may be, candy, just any little thing. Ladies, for him, you may be like, well, what do guys really want? I mean, it could be like if he's into sports, it could be, his favorite team, it could be a jersey. Maybe he cooks, maybe you get him some cooking, whatever. Okay. It doesn't have to.
The website says that it's essential that like the person that has this as their love language is just not any gift. It's something meaningful, like, not something thoughtless, something, that means something and shows that you put an effort forth to make them feel special.
Mm-hmm. Right. That's why I say, if he has a favorite team, or because it's with guys, most of the times it's going to be things that's like guy stuff, things we're really into. And I know for a lot of the fellas, they miss the mark with the ladies. All right. Because I'm going to tell you, sometimes in a guy's mind, when, you're out with your lady and she's like, oh, how I would love to have this, or, I wish we could do, or you could buy me this or whatever. Well, in our mind, we start to adding up digits. Like, how much is this going to cost? Because we think about, size matters to us.
Right.
You know what I mean? So we equate
It
that to
matters to us too. Trust me.
but not understanding that you could give her a gift. It could be something just so small. I'm gonna tell you, she could been walking through the mall and some little trinket that you came back and it was like a month ago and you said, babe, I remember we was out. Oh my God, and just the fact that you remembered that, that's a big deal. Okay. So all right, moving on. See, tonight we're not gonna be out here all night tonight. I guarantee you. All right. Somebody will jump on, then it'll be a 2-hour conversation. All right.
No,
So
gotta go. I got my show coming on.
haters, man. Hard to get good support. You can't even pay for it. Okay. Acts of service. All right. Acts of service. Now, this one I kind of had to learn from personal experience. I don't know if I'll say the hard way, but my wife, this is one for her. So the thing with the laundry was always a big deal in our marriage. Okay. I'm proud to say this month on the 18th, we will have been married 21 years. Okay. So I got a lot of experience, doing, messing up. Right. Right. So this is one of those areas where I had to get some experience. So anyway, the laundry. With the laundry basket being downstairs, her thing is, just take it upstairs. And I mean, she's 4'11" and just sometimes she can just be just pure fire, and I'm like, it's laundry. Why you got to make such a big deal over freaking laundry? Well, I learned it's not about the laundry. Okay. So when I learned about the love languages, all right, I learned that, it makes her feel supported and loved when I take that extra step, take it upstairs, it's already folded. But, if I put it up. So then for me, it became something that I strive for because now as a guy, now I get brownie points. This isn't just some and then see for mine, one of mine is words of affirmation. So if I take that laundry upstairs and she's like, oh dear, thank you. That was it. And if she makes any kind of little deal about it, man, listen, my tank is, so, we going back and forth. And I'm trying to tell you now, some of y'all out here might have been married for a little while, but if you're going to be married any length of time, you got to do that. However you figure this out or whatever works for you, you have to do it. Now, for ladies, what you can do for him, cut that grass. No, I'm just playing. Get out there, get under the hood of the car, do something. No, I'm not saying that. Pull your weight around. No, it can be something like if he normally takes out the trash. I know a lot of times, in the house, a lot of times I've seen this what the guy does or whatever. You could take out the trash. Somebody said, what up? Who was that? Or was that LOL? Okay. Yeah. Bam. All right. So yeah, you can whatever it is. It doesn't have to.
That was Shawanda. She said, what? LOL.
Yeah. Cut some grass, Shawanda. All right. So just whatever little thing that you can do to kind of like offset his burden, maybe you bring him his slippers, and just place them ever so gently on his feet, and said, whatever you like, See, y'all gonna get there when I'm gone. Okay. All right. So maybe not. Maybe that's too much, fellas. I tried. But whatever it is, okay. Do that. All right. Physical touch. Now, physical touch, it's pretty much a no-brainer. It could be holding hands. It could be cuddling, whatever. Now, okay.
Only if the lawnmower is pink collar.
Only if the lawnmower is pink. Hey, what do you give me? Whatever color you want your lawnmower to be. You can put a bow on your lawnmower, whatever. And some little sparklies. It's all gonna sound the same. Okay.
Glitter.
Yeah. But now, see, some of y'all out here with the physical touch, you might be abusing the system. You touch it, you want to touch, touching in some places that maybe because it ain't really that. I'm not saying it can't be, but
all included.
Yeah. But just the holding hands and just the, and sometimes this can be a point of frustration because sometimes the person can be like, they always up under me, you know, I mean, move,
Right.
you know,
Yeah.
and you got to understand foot massage. Yeah. Okay. But some feet out there, you may want to, you know, prep them first, you know, because they may look like this. You pull the slippers off. You pull a sock off that, Jack. You know, it may be a situation. You have to get that back in there. You know, yeah. So
I don't know. I don't like men's feet. I have to put gloves on. No, I don't like men's feet.
If your husband, when we get you married off, if your husband like his feet rubbed, I'm gonna need you to rub that man's feet now. Hey, I'm calling in. Okay. All right. Hold on just a second. I'm wrapping this up. Okay.
Yeah, wait till we're finished.
Yeah, just give me one more second. Only because I get this here and the memory, the attention span.
He can't think straight.
I can't. I'm a man, and it's just the multitasking is rough. All right, but just hold on. Vicky, don't go nowhere. All right. So, like, okay, so with the physical touch, it could just be anything, like I said, holding hands, cuddling, whatever. And if your significant other, person you're dating, if that's their thing, all right, don't get upset because maybe they want to be up under you all the time and just have that, you know, it could just be any little thing. All right. Okay. Just watch where the hands go.
Give me some toe ministry.
Say what?
Diamond Diva said, give me some toe ministry.
Yeah. There's a lot of places you can take that. Okay. All right. We're going to keep it moving. All right. So quality time. Now, quality time, I mean, it doesn't really have to be real serious. Like while you're spending time together, that you're having deep conversations. This person might just like being next to you. Okay. You could be watching TV, or you could be doing an activity, playing a game, but they just love to be around you. Now, this is big for me. Anybody who knows me knows 9 times out of 10, where you're going to find me? At home. Home. You call me. Hey, what's up? Oh, man, I'm at the crib. Now, hey, what's up? What you into? Man, listen, chilling. You know, you'll hear kids in the back. Yeah, you'll hear kids in the background. My crazy daughters, whatever. I'm home because I love being around my family. That's just my thing. You know, it just makes me feel connected and loved and all of that. So, but if this is not your thing, okay, you know, you're not hip to the love languages, you don't know anything about it, and you're like, okay, why do you need to be up under me all the time? Get a life. Okay, I don't want to have to complete you, but you may not understand, okay, that this is their thing. This is their love language. All right. So just keep in mind that whatever yours is or whatever combination thereof, you know, go take the test if you don't know what yours is. But lastly, this is a point I want to make before, because I want to let Vicky say something and come on in the room. A lot of times people will give also not what theirs is, but they will give out of who they are. Okay. And, you know, I got to visit my ladies because I got love for them. You know, my doormats, my guardians, my CEOs. Right. So if you're a doormat, if you're that one that you're overly accommodating all of that, you know what you're probably going to do? You're probably going to hit all of these. You slice, you dice, you know, you give gifts, you say how wonderful you are. And your thing is because you're such a big giver, you think, hey, that makes me happy. I feel love when they allow me to give. But you know what? No, boo-boo. Like the scripture says, you know, love your neighbor as you love thyself. So when your tank gets low, and it is going to get low,
you're not getting anything back. You
don't have anything back. They're the avoider. You know, Tanya, they say no to the good. So even if you're, right, you know, your man, whatever, wants to give to you, like, no, I'm fine. You know, I'm okay. It's like you don't know how to receive. All right. And that's not a healthy place. You need to learn your love language. All right. If you guard it. Now, your thing is maybe you and your guy got into some kind of little thing. Maybe it's a misunderstanding. But, you know, when them walls come up, ladies, you know how it can be. Mm-hmm. So now you're going to withhold your love. If his is words of affirmation, quality time, touch, you're not giving nothing. I don't want you around me or not too close. So now you're going to deprive him of the love that he needs. And if he's trying to come to you, what's going on? You're like, I can't do it, you know, and you might not do that physically, but emotionally you're distancing yourself. Okay. Very damaging to the relationship. So there, you can know these languages, but if there's some other things going on in you, you can sabotage the process. Lastly, my CEO ladies, my bosses, okay, my managers, make it happen type women. All right. Your thing is, you know, you got to run everything. And if something goes down that you don't like, or he did something the way you think he shouldn't have, and then, you know, your words, you can just make him go from here to here. You know, that's why, see, if you was doing it the way you should, you know, I made sure I wear the pants and the dress, and what are we doing? And if his thing is words of affirmation, you just killed it. Yeah, you know, how is he going to recover from that?
Devastated him.
Right. I mean, you just, I mean, come on, you tell a man maybe he's a version of a doormat himself, but still at the same time, you have scarred this man because you've taken the very thing that he needs to feel supported and loved, okay, and you flipped it, you know, and you've torn him down. So ladies, you got to work through whatever your thing is. If you're one of these, you know, if I touched on your thing, right, you don't have to tell nobody. Oh, you know, you thought I forgot. Okay, what you doing with yourself? You don't got the book? Why don't you get the book? Why you just sitting there? It's a free book. What are you doing? No, seriously. This book's free. Go to my website, Christopher. And I know this is backwards, so, you know, you don't have to say anything. But it's ChristopherReid.org. Okay. Tanya will type it somewhere. I don't know if you're on Periscope or Blab. But, you know, it's the relationship book. All right. I'm giving it away free. It's my gift to you. Go download it. Tell me what you think about it. Now, all right. All right, Miss Vicky, if you want to come in and give us some quick input on our conversation, I will definitely let you come in at this time. Hopefully this is recording.
It says it is.
I know it always says it is. What time does Scandal come on for all of you cult followers?
9.
You Vicky, you can come in now if you want to come in. Do you watch Scandal?
Yeah.
For what? It's the same show. It's the same thing every season.
It's the same show because you stopped watching it, so you have no input. It's good.
9 p.m. Okay, I'll make sure I'm definitely not front and center at 9 p.m. It's the same thing. It's just I don't get the I don't get the Walking Dead thing either.
She left him. I don't get The Walking Dead. I don't watch that.
It's like 2 movies, 2 shows in one. It's zombies and people running, and I don't get it. Maybe my level of intellect, maybe I'm not evolved. I don't know. But if anybody has any questions about, you know, the whole love language thing or anything else, you know, take me, use me. I'm here. Okay.
I think Miss Vicky's gone.
Yeah, it's your fault. It's your fault. Oh, wow. I see. Hey, I made good on the promise this time. I told him I wasn't gonna be out here all night. Now, depending on what happens with Lexi, we might be out here again. You know, you have an 8 o'clock service, you know, and a 10 o'clock service. So, you know, we may do that tomorrow. Just never know with Lexi. Who knows what she's doing? But okay, listen. If there's nothing else, see, Tanya, you got all dressed up and dolled up.
I didn't get all dressed up. This is afterwards.
Oh, that's just you. That's just you. You know what I'm saying?
Actually.
Yeah, my bad. Yeah, you just fly like that. Okay. Well, listen.
Always.
Okay. Well, listen.
My job.
We're done. All right. I'll go pick another sweater for next week, and we're out. Right. Yeah, you're like a laugh track.
All right, I'll stop laughing and then it'll just be silent till you get 20 ass jokes.
I'm the Black Grinch. I am the Black Grinch.
That's exactly what you look like.
I know. I miss my calling. Well, I can always get work as I don't know what to call him. Yeah.
No.
Okay. Stop. All right. So we're done. I'm just hoping that this records, because if you get another crappy video on YouTube, it's because it didn't work right. Okay.
No. All right.
All right. Okay. So night night. All right. So we're out of
Bye.
here. Okay. See ya. All right. Bye.